So, now it's time to review my second film of 2015, Birdman. And Birdman tells the story of Regan Thompson, who was once famous for his role in the Birdman movies, but 20 years ago said no to the role, he didn't want to be Birdman anymore, and now he's trying to rebuild himself by directing and starring in his own play. And basically, the whole film is about the behind the scenes of this play, what's going on, how Regan is trying to rebuild himself, and the relationships between all these characters, and how the play is affecting each person. Now, in case you didn't already know, this film is made to look like it's one long continuous shot. Of course, it isn't actually one long 2-hour take. That would just be ridiculous. And plus, there are a few moments where you can tell that they have cut it. But it's no easy task nonetheless, especially considering that whilst it is made to look like one long shot, it doesn't take place over real time. The film actually takes place over the time span of 5 days, which just makes it an even harder task. But it is pulled off perfectly, and it doesn't feel like a gimmick at all. It actually really adds to the sense of atmosphere of the film. It's basically used to make the film feel like a play, which is appropriate because it's about a Broadway production, and it also shows the hectic environment in which one has to work in to make a play. And all of that is backed up with a top-notch script that really holds this movie up. It hits all the right notes and helps the film do everything that it sets out to do in a masterful fashion. It really comes off as this multi-layered and brilliant black comedy. It provides quick humour that is so raw and unforgettable. The characters are always under constant pressure, so there's always something happening on screen. But somehow the script manages to squeeze in fast, balanced and controlled humour from all of the characters' personal lives. Especially from the character that Edward Norton plays. And after seeing both this and Wild Tales, I am convinced that black comedies are hard to do, and that they truly are the genre that really require the most brain power to really pull off.
Experience this quirky new black comedy, The Room.
No, that does not count! Also, with the help of the script, is a lot of really nice social commentary, and it does so in not an overly flashy way. It really makes some subtle comment on the film industry and the whole business versus creativity side of things. But what really got me going and took my interest for the entire runtime is the behind the scenes of the play. How theatre can change people for the better and for the worse. And I think that's where the film definitely has the most to say. It's the most interesting, as well as certainly the most entertaining part of the film to watch. The performances are all fantastic. Michael Keaton carries this film on his shoulders and gives a stellar performance. Edward Norton provides a fair chunk of the comedy, and it's an absolute joy to see how he interacts with all of the other characters on screen. Zach Galifianakis is barely in it, but when he's on screen, he chews up scenery, giving it his all and putting in all the energy that he can muster up. Emma Stone is probably the weakest link, but she is still great and provides some more of the slow moments and gives the audience more of a breather. But before I recommend this film, I must say that it isn't for everybody. Some people think that it's too slow, and I can understand that. Others will find it boring near the end. And I can totally understand that, as the film does lose some of its momentum towards the end. But I stayed 100% entertained and interested throughout the entire running time. And other people will just not appreciate the style or think that it's too self-indulgent. Again, I can understand that, but as someone who can semi-relate to the film on a level, I don't think it was being pretentious at all. But to come up with any problem I had, I don't really have any. But some people say that the film has amazing cinematography, and they praise it as one of the highest things about this film. But me, I just don't see it. I thought the film actually had pretty average cinematography. It's not a flaw that I had, it's just something I don't agree with most of the critics on. So now the one-sentence review. Birdman is a wholly new original experience that is filled to the brim with intelligent commentary as well as inventive humour, and I didn't want it to end. I'm going to give Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, 5 out of 5 stars. I loved Birdman. Just go see it now. If, from what I said, it takes your fancy, just go see it right now. Drop all other film plans. Go see Birdman. And this is coming from someone who initially didn't want to see the film. I thought the trailer was really bad, and I just didn't have much of a desire to see it. But I won preview tickets, I gave it a shot, and look at me now. I absolutely adore Birdman. And even though we're only early days in and I've only seen 3 films from this year, I honestly don't think much is going to beat it this year. And I feel very comfortable saying that Birdman will most definitely be in my top 5 come the end of the year. So that's my review of Birdman. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Thomas, and that's a review.